Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, regardless of where you are. It's always a great time to study the Gospel, enlightened by Spiritism. Today we're going to be reviewing chapter 58 of the book Our Daily Bread, which is based on the second of the Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 7. Before we begin, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Kardec Radio for opening up their platform for us to have conversations just like this one. Kardec Radio, again, is in several social media platforms, including the X platform. And the interesting thing about the X platform is that it gives you the opportunity to send your questions or comments, and the staff from Kardec Radio will respond to those. So before we start our conversation, let's close our eyes in prayer and thank the Lord for another day here on earth. Thank you for all the lessons that life provides to us. Thank you for opening up our eyes, especially in those moments that are uncomfortable to us, those moments of challenge, because those are the moments that can teach us so much. May God's love be with us always. So be it. And I'm showing my background here, which I'm not sure I'm supposed to show. And let me go back. There you go. That's a better background, more interesting. So again, we're going to be discussing chapter 58 of the book, Our Daily Bread. And I'm just going to read the passage here. So it goes like this. Each man should give what he has decided in his heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion. For God loves a cheerful giver. Paul, second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 7. So this is kind of an interesting way that Paul puts it, because each man, meaning each individual, right? So each one of us give what he or she has decided in his heart to give. So we're gonna give whatever we volunteer to give, or whatever we decided. So whatever in our own volition we're gonna decide to give. However, under what we give, once we decide to make that available to help somebody else, then we should give it with heart. We should give it with a cheerful, like a cheerful giver. So you gotta give it, once you decide to do it, I mean, you gotta give it with happiness. You gotta feel good about it. And that's what Emmanuel explains to us here. So this is how the chapter goes. When the affirmation given by Paul was divulged, informing that God loves a cheerful giver, many people solely remember material charity. So again, he's making a reference that, hey, if you're giving, a lot of people, when you're helping somebody, a lot of people have this correlation with something material that we're providing. Needless to say, that charity can be done in so many ways. Of course, by helping somebody materially, that's a way, but also by supporting somebody emotionally, by giving advice, and a lot of times just by listening to someone. Those are different ways to be charitable. Also, according to the gospel, according to Spiritism, even forgiving someone is a form of charity as well, because again, we are understanding somebody else's trespasses, and we're forgiving those trespasses the same way that we'd like to be forgiven due to our shortcomings as well. So yeah, so we think initially about material charity, about doing good to others in a material way. However, Emmanuel expands on that. So he continues. Praise, however, was not only circumscribed to generals' hands that distribute small donations of goodness to the needy and to those in pain. So see here that he is indicating that the praise is not just circumscribed to those. So it's not just the people who are given materially. So yeah, there's praise. That there's praise in that as well. It is also something positive. Um, But then again, he's making a point that that is charity, but that's not, that's charity does not is not circumscribed to that. Naturally, all these demonstrations of love are recognized as divine. So again, he's indicating, hey, listen, these are good. Those are divine. Those are good donations. You're doing good. You're doing fine. So those are recognized. But he continues, he clarifies. But we should note that the verb contribute, to contribute, referred to in the current lesson, appears in all its grandeur. So again, he's expanding on the concept of contributing, on the concept of giving, of doing charity, and appears in all its grandeur, meaning it can be, you know, it can expand, it can go beyond just the material assistance. He explains now. Cooperation in righteousness is palpitating matter every day and everywhere. An individual is capable of supplying it. It is not only the beggar who waits for it, but also the cradle where all experience is renewed, the family in which we purify our virtuous accomplishments, our neighbor, our brother in humanity, and the workplace which signals our own individual achievements in our daily efforts. So we see here that, okay, yeah, we can palpitate the matter and help the beggar. So he says, hey, it's not only the beggar, it's the beggar, it's the one who needs has material needs, but it's not just that. There are opportunities every day and everywhere for us to cooperate. And then he uses here to cooperate in righteousness, to do the right thing. And everybody is able to supply those. Everybody is able to do some level, to do some good, to do some level of charity. And he gives some examples here. So he gives the cradle where all the experience is renewed. So we have our children who are born to us, so we can contribute to them, to their spiritual evolution. Also, we have our friends and family as well that have new spirits that are coming in. So it is up to us to also help those by serving as role models and supporting those also in their path to perfection. And he also mentions here the family. Family is very important. There is a saying that charity starts at home. So the family is the basics, fundamental cell that forms society. So if we want to help society, if we want to help everybody, if we want to help the world, we got to start by helping our family. And that's where we purify our virtuous accomplishments, because we learn so much. We help our family so much. We have the opportunity to help so much, but also we learn so much as we work with them. And he talks about our neighbor. Of course, we have a chance to do good to our neighbor, to our brothers in humanities, to our brothers and sisters at the general term and in terms of humanity. The workplace as well, because at the workplace where we spend so many hours of our day, so there are opportunities there to do good to others, and again, material good, and but also the kind of spiritual, emotional support that we can provide as well. And Emmanuel again reminds us that anyone can be of help. Emmanuel continues indicating that at the moment of nocturnal rest, each heart can question itself regarding the quality of the collaboration in service. In the conversations, in the affectionate relationships, and in this or that preoccupation of everyday life. So at the end of the day, we can look back and think about what we've done and how did we make use of those opportunities. So again, we can question ourselves. It is important for us to analyze the collaboration of service. St. Augustine, as a spirit, he did indicate the need for us to, at the end of the day, run like a ledger of the good that I did and of those moments where I could have done better. So it's important for us to have this analysis of our day. So again, Emmanuel is reminding us here that we should do this. We should, at the end of the day, at the nocturnal rest, think about what we've done. And again, in service, in in collaboration service, in conversations, in the affectionate relationships, and this or that preoccupation of everyday life. So basically in everything, not only in service to others, but also as we were talking to others. How were we talking and addressing others? Were we talking in a respectful, in a in a manner that helped other people grow, or were we rude, or did we treat others in a condescending manner? Again, that's why we need to have this analysis. And of course, in the affectionate relationships, and those relationships with our family members, with our significant others, with our children, with our parents, with our brothers and sisters, but all in with our friends as well. So everybody that is part of this affectionate relationship circle of relationships that we have, and this and that preoccupation of everyday life. So again, even in those little preoccupations of daily lives, something as simple as going to the supermarket. So if I go to the supermarket and I see all different people, how am I treating people? Am I making use of opportunities that I have to help people as well? And again, everybody can help. And at the very least, you can at least greet the cashier who is working so hard to serve you, and all those people who are doing services for you outside of your home. So how are you treating them? So again, that's an example of, even if you do not have anything material to contribute, at least you can contribute with warmth, and the way, and treating them with respect, and treating them, and having this friendly way of interacting with different people. Emmanuel finalized here, indicating that lets us be cautious of sadness and sterilizing shadows. Shadows. It will, you will, complaints and dissatisfaction and frivolities are not integrated in the kind of labor that the Father expects from our services in the world. Let us mobilize our resources optimistically, not forgetting that the Father loves the child that contributes with happiness. So again, he finalizes here, referring back to the teachings by Paul, reminding us that the Father loves. So the Father, we are in line with the laws of God. If whatever we do, we contribute with happiness. Whatever we decide to do to help others under whatever circumstances of our daily lives, that we do it with happiness, that we do it with satisfaction, because we chose to help somebody. So why not make it and be happy about it, and be satisfied with it, be content that you're helping others. And he talks about the other side of it, that he's doing it for us to be cautious of sadness and bitterness while we're helping. So it's all combined. So why should I be bitter when I am helping someone else? I should have the satisfaction. I should have the fulfillment, or I should open myself up to fulfillment that comes from helping others. And again, of course, avoiding ill complaints, dissatisfactions, and frivolities. So frivolities are a big deal, because again, how am I helping someone? Am I helping someone with attention, with focus, or I'm just going to do it without, like automatically, without putting my heart into it? So again, it is up to us, and going back to the previous paragraph, it's always good for us to analyze our actions during the day, and to identify those moments only when we actually were charitable, when we actually would help somebody with satisfaction, versus those moments in which we could either help somebody, or we could have put our heart as we're doing good. So that's our conversation for today, and if you liked it, I'm pretty sure you liked it. Make sure you mark the little like button, and depending on the social media platform that you're using, either click the follow option, or the the notification notification option as well. Again, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Cardiac Radio for being available for us to have these kinds of conversations. Cardiac Radio does have an app that you can download from your favorite store. And using the Cardiac Radio app, you have access to conversations just like this one. However, they are in a podcast-like format. To close our moment, let's close our eyes again in prayer and reflect. Reflect on all the chances that we had today to do good. Hopefully, we made the best use of those opportunities. But if we did not, it's always a learning opportunity for us. It's always a lesson that allows us to do better next time. So we ask our spiritual friends to inspire us in our moments as we are going about our daily activities, to always identify those opportunities to do good, and especially to have the strength to continue striving to become a better version of ourselves. May God's love be with us always. So be it.